Thursday night, and we got a full house tonight. I am your main man, Mayhem. Down below is Monty, and the Smooths are here, big and little.
That's right.
What up, Little Smooth? Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Big Blue Beards. I'm trying not to swear or talk too loud because, the baby's here. We're not going to, no bad words around the baby. Earmuffs, Little Smooth. So, here we are again. I am trying to get hyped after another Giants loss. Fellas, how are we feeling this week as we look back on the Buffa-lows and look forward to Washington? Smooth, we'll start with you, man, since you haven't been in with the two of us in a while. How you doing, buddy?
I feel good, man. I feel a little apathetic about the Giants. That's like to me, that's the perfect word. I've had that conversation with multiple people because, you trust me, all this talk about like tanking and stuff. No one truly tanks in the NFL. The GMs put a bad product on the field. The football players try to win games, and our New York Football Giants are trying to win games. They're just not very good at what they do right now, and it's kind of, I've been calling it an accidental tank, and it's just one of those things, man. It's like one thing after another. You got Shane Lemieux tears his bicep today, just another offensive lineman on the IR. It's been a surprisingly bad season after we had a lot of promise coming into it.
I'm apathetic about just about everything. Apparently, I should be on medication. So, Monty, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I mean, look, when it came down to it, and I'm watching the game, I want the Giants to win. But what I cared about most from the beginning was just playing competitive football again and, not getting embarrassed and seeing good play out of our young guys. At the end of the game, I was proud of how we fought and, I was happy with the team. And I know a lot of people are like moral victories are for losers, but to me, I was happy with the moral victory at this point. I'm just happy not getting
a loser then.
blown out. Yeah, I'm fine with the moral victory. We needed it. Look, I would have preferred the win, but I felt like that game went a long way for this team, even if it didn't go as far as a win would have gone for the team.
So you hear it here, folks. Monty just said that Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Monty. Is my biggest thing was I just did not want to get dog walked on national television again.
Yeah,
prime time national television. I did not want to have my team show their ass to the entire nation. And what did we do? I mean, we held Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense to no points through 3 quarters of football.
Yep. 0.
I mean, you can't ask for more than that. We had 2 goal line stands, one at the end of the first half and one at the end of the second half that we did not get to punch it in, and we still haven't scored an offensive touchdown in something like 13 quarters of football or 200 some odd minutes, depending on who you're listening to. I mean, but the thing is you saw the defense out there just fighting. And, again, Bobby Okereke and Micah McFadden, heroes of the game, we didn't have a ton of turnovers last year, and already those two guys are single-handedly leading the charge for turnovers for the defense.
Okereke has been involved in all of them. I'm pretty sure every single one was caused by Okereke so far.
That's right. Yeah. And also, I'd like to address that there have been podcasts, there have been people who have been like, this Giants team really just needs to address. I'm so sick of not addressing the linebackers. Well, the linebackers are fine. I'm here to tell you that we're good there. We're probably good there for the next 5 years. So let's pick on something else.
Offensive line coaching.
And also because Monty's been doing this now with not only his podcast, but just in terms of like draft and current prospects. Like the idea that the Giants have not invested time and draft capital in the offensive line is so silly and asinine. So those who want to kind of continue to do the same thing over and over again, these are the type of people who fail in life. Like, these are the people who don't change. Like, when something is wrong, you find out what is wrong, and then you try to make the appropriate changes. What's the definition of crazy? Doing the same thing over and over again, hoping it changes. And it doesn't. And it's just not going to. So something has to give with this team. I don't know if it's Daniel Jones doesn't play anymore for the New York Giants, but I can tell you what I do know is that drafting an O-lineman with like a top 5 or top 7 pick is not a smart decision at the moment.
Yeah, there's, Evan Neal has not lived up to what we wanted him to be so far, and I do think you have to think of a contingency plan for Evan Neal at this point. But I don't think going into the draft to draft his replacement with like the 5th overall pick is the right move at this point. I mean, if you want to draft like one thing Sal and I have talked about is potentially drafting a offensive tackle who has like guard flexibility. There's a guy like Troy Fontenot out of Washington. He plays left tackle, but they see him as a guard in the NFL. So that's the type of guy who be a guard or a tackle, or no, you can maybe invest in like a high-end swing tackle in free agency. But
see, and Monty, I'm going to cut you off, and I don't normally do that, but shout out to Giant Sing, man. Thanks for popping through, but I have to disagree with this particular statement. So you mean to tell me that four offensive linemen that we've drafted over the past 2 years were all poorly scouted? And I have to say no, because we watched Evan Neal play at Alabama, where they won games.
Where he was dominant.
We've watched where he was dominant. Evan Neal was a dominant tackle for Alabama. I mean, I didn't watch a ton of North Carolina football, but you have to think that McKeithen and Izudu both played at least serviceably to be drafted. John Michael Schmitz. Need I say more?
And even John Michael Schmitz, I know a lot of Giants fans are excited what they saw. He appeared at the last or second last center on like PFF's rankings twice within the first few weeks he played. So I know it didn't always show up on tape. Centers need easier spot to get away with it, but the coaching is a problem.
So I think what you're just trying to say is that it's not the scouting, it's the coaching when they get to this level.
It's the development. It's the development aspect of these players. These players aren't being developed properly. And they're being developed in ways that we can't see, apparently.
Ways that we can't see.
Apparently. So what does that tell you? I do not believe that Evan Neal was a dominant player in college, gets drafted high, comes to the New York Giants, and then all of a sudden forgets how to pick up a stunt. Can't pick up a twist. I find it very hard to believe that all of his football IQ goes right out the window. This is all based on coaching. He's being coached to play a certain way that doesn't fit his play style, but listen to this. Like the second half of the game against Buffalo, we didn't really hear a ton of offensive linemen's names being called. And by the way, since we're still talking about Buffalo and we're still talking about the offensive line, shout out to Justin Pugh.
Shout out Justin Pugh.
Shout out to Coach.
Justin Pugh, straight off the couch. I put this out on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, earlier, a couple days ago. I'm going to put it out again. John, can we clip this? We clip this and we send this to Justin Pugh. Justin, I know Pat Halen is probably going to be on your ass, but we want you on the show, right? We want to bring you in. We want to talk to you about this new journey that you're on, right? You're coming off injury. You're back where you started. You started at left guard and then immediately you got shifted over to left tackle. and you held your own, brother. We want you on the show, and you got a pretty sweet beard.
He does.
You know, you got the business beard going on, which I can appreciate because I know you got to get that. It's tough as offensive. I know some of these offensive linemen have big beards because they can fit the chin strap up underneath. But Justin, and I know you started podcasting too because I listened to your show and it's good stuff. We want to bring you in. We want to talk to you because you're a super smart guy. We want to bring you on the show. So we're going to clip this. We're going to send this out. I'm asking you to come on here. And hey, man, if we have to wait till the off season, we'll do that.
Also,
am I wrong, fellas?
What podcast do you know, Justin, that has a cute 8-month-old baby?
Cute babies, and we have beards. I mean, we have babies.
Beards, babies. They have booze. No, it's a triple B show. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad you brought up Justin Pugh, and I'm so glad you brought up the offensive line not being talked about in the second half. And again, people are going to be like, dude, you're just a Daniel Jones hater. I don't care anymore. It's not about Daniel Jones. It's something that's I've always thought he's been deficient in, even when he has time, which is Tyrod made that offensive line look a little better than it actually is in that game because he has what I like to call pocket awareness and escapability. He stays in the pocket and still kind of gets rid of the ball, even when he's in trouble. Even on rollouts where he kind of would slide one way and set up the block so that he has the ability to, I don't know, have a clear lane to throw. Because he's not the tallest guy in the world. He's got that wiggle. Daniel Jones is faster than him in a straight line, but he is not the athlete that Tyrod is. And I think that helped the offensive line settle in because they didn't have a statue back there that panics under pressure. That's my thoughts.
And I mean, there was a play I saw at one point where Von Miller totally beat Evan Neal, but Tyrod was already out on the move to roll out of the left, and he didn't have a shot at him. So I was credit to Tyrod on that one, or
you
the
need
scheme or
need
whatever
a quarterback.
It may be,
yeah. Do you think? Let me ask this question, guys. This is not something that I've tweeted out or even had a conversation that's for or against DJ in this respect. Do you guys honestly think this offensive line likes playing with Daniel Jones? They get shit on all day because they're giving up sacks, but half of them are on his plate. He gives up so many sacks that he shouldn't. If I was an offensive lineman, I wouldn't want to get drafted by the New York Giants as long as Daniel Jones is the quarterback. Why would you?
That's why nobody's picking him up.
You're ridiculed. And then on top of it, when guys leave here, John Feliciano, it comes to mind. They're Pro Football Focus and Nick Gates all of a sudden go through the roof. I wonder why that is. And Sam Howell's getting sacked at a higher rate than Daniel Jones. Just saying. Don't want to drop too many facts for the.
I mean,
the truthers are out there.
Had the best numbers, but I mean, again, that's probably goes back to Sam Howell.
That's a lot. Well, you got to admit, a lot of that's on Sam Howell, and
him and Daniel Jones are two of the worst stat in the league. Low key, Jalen Hurts too. He just has an incredible line.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Except for when Lane Johnson's not playing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And they just sent us Tyree Phillips too. So who's their backup? Who's their backup right tackle, Monty?
I don't even know. It used to be.
Come on, man, you're an offensive line guy.
Yeah.
Let's ask the producer. Hey, Jim,
John.
John.
It's John.
Jim?
Don't. He's just over here. It's John.
He's out there somewhere.
Because I mean, the poor guy needs work. Pest is on IR. Shout out to Pest. We love you, brother. But Pest being on the IR, I co-opted John. No, John. No.
Shout out. Hey, shout out Pest too. None of us know exactly what's going on. I've messaged with him back and forth. Pest.
Me too.
You're our boy. We love you. We hope you get well. I know you got a long fight ahead of you, whatever that means. We're always here for you. I literally have said, if you need anything, I will literally drive up to you if I have to. It's all good. We're all here for you. So the beards are with you.
The beards are with you, Pest. We love you, brother. So
it's Jack Driscoll. I played against Jack Driscoll.
Is he any good?
Yeah, I mean they beat us in the semifinals twice, but
wait. Monty, when you said you said I played against Jack Driscoll
in high school. Yeah,
in high school. Okay. Mm-hmm. What position were you in high school, Monty?
I was every position in offensive line but center.
Gotcha. Do you want to play for the Giants? Is that
Why aren't you playing for the Giants?
Because one, I wasn't very good. Two, I'm down like 30
You'd fit
pounds.
in. You'd fit in just.
You'd fit right in.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was your playing like? What was your playing weight like? Prime Monty.
Like, I mean, fucking not even close to playing in college, but like 245.
Okay. Are you? I don't even know. Are you tall? Like 6'3", 6?
I'm 6 foot, 6 foot flat.
Wow.
All right. Okay, I feel you. You're
Wow.
basically Jason Kelsey, a mini Jason Kelsey.
I was a utility player. I was basically 6-man offensive line. Whenever those big boys' knees went out, I played whatever position the dude went out on.
My mom wouldn't let me. You want to hear kicker? You want to hear something funny? Is my mom wouldn't let me play football, but she let my younger brother play football. But then again,
that's a kick.
But then again, my younger brother, like I'm 5'7". My younger brother is 6 foot, and I'm the better looking and smarter one of the two of us. So
she was like, I got to keep one guy's brain cells intact. So let's have Sarge be the one.
Yep. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Fun fact about me is I never played football in high school. I walked on at college and got a starting job my second year at safety. Yep. I literally said this my first practice. How do you tackle? And the coach was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I was like, "I've never played before." And he was like, "All right, come over here." I mean, it was 1 AA, so they were like, it was small time Sacred Heart football. It just made me laugh. Hey, how do you tackle? I've only seen it on TV.
So yeah, that thing they do, like every play with the guy with the ball. How do you do that? Because she did let me wrestle though. I wrestled.
Listen, man. We all have our sob stories. I don't know what to tell you.
I know.
So, Buffalo recap is all I heard all week was we had. Well, why is everyone thinking that Taylor looks so much better when we had 9 points? He's a backup. That essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I love it. Just as fast too.
No, not even remotely close.
Yeah, again, I just think for me, not the 9 points that we scored felt like we got 30 points because of how the ball moved, and it just looked like more competitive football. I hate to say it, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I hate it, the people aren't going to be excited about nuance, but that was a tougher defense than we played all year, and we looked like an offense that was like working together. And I don't know, Jalen Hyatt got involved. That was nice.
Yeah. For me, I talked to a few people about this and understand where I think a lot of people come from at the end of the day where they don't see the difference. They only care about the results. They only care what was the box score at the end. Did we win the game? Things like that. But you look at it, we played top number 2 scoring defense in the NFL. I know they had some injuries, but so did we. We drove into the red zone 5 times. We drove onto their side of the field 6 times. We took it to the 1-yard line twice. And I know that the argument's, well, we didn't get it in. And fair. And there's a lot of things to take away that's negative from that. Time management being a big one. That fuck up by Tyrod being a big one. There's definitely a lot of things you point to. But one thing is, like, as far as the offensive efficiency, they got it to the 1-yard line. And time is the reason they didn't get it in. Twice the clock ran out on them on the 1-yard line. It's not that they got stopped 4 times on the 1-yard line. They more than likely would have got it in, and we would have had 2 touchdowns if time didn't run out. So, yes, we only got 9 points. Yes, it was only 200 yards passing, but also a bullshit 45-yarder got pulled off the board.
Would have been 250 if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. So, I understand where people are coming from, but we were constantly putting together long drives and getting into the opponent's side of the field. That also, I have no doubt in my mind, is a part of the reason our defense played well, because we kept them off the field consistently.
For sure.
And let's face it, there's a lot of members of Giants Twitter who also can't get it in. Anyway, so now we're going to look forward We're going to look forward to Washington. So, so here's the thing, guys. Daniel Jones. Now we're talking. We're talking about the lead up to Washington. Daniel Jones got cleared to practice, to throw in practice. A lot of the beat reporters are asking if he was cleared for contact, but as we all know, they don't contact quarterbacks in practice anyway. But I'd like to take a moment to shout out the intrepid reporter, the reporter who's not afraid to ask the hard questions. Shout out to Dixon Butts.
Dixon Butts,
It's
man.
Dixonbutts. Let's face it, nobody else, beside from maybe Pat Leonard, and I don't know if Pat Leonard's asking these questions because he blocked me 2 years ago. Not that I'm keeping track, but whatever. So, it's nice to see somebody on the beat asking these hard questions. Smooth, your thoughts on the most recent Daniel Jones press conference?
I think it's awesome. I loved it so much. I watched it a few times. My favorite line was, Daniel, you can relax your eyes now.
I love that too.
That was my favorite part. So shout out Dixon Butts. I
haven't seen this in-depth reporting since somebody asked Saquon Barkley if he wanted to burn down Soldier Field.
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair. My question to you, and we'll clip this, so John, be ready. I want to shout out anybody. If there's anybody in Giants Twitter or anybody on Twitter that can do a Donald Trump impression as good as this, I want to have a conversation with you because I would love to write some intrepid questions for Dixon Butts, but ask it in a Trump accent like this.
Cry baby back daddy, that's what we were all called.
Who? Do you guys know Shane Gillis? This is one of the best impressions I've ever heard.
And then he did 40 minutes. The speech is 40 minutes. The meanest shit talk you've ever heard in front of the whole world. Abu. We could hear him crying. I said, Abu, don't cry. Let me tell you something. Abu cried. He cried quite a bit. I wouldn't have cried. Cry baby back daddy. That's what we were all calling it.
So now picture that with asking questions about the offensive line. Asking questions to Bobby Johnson. But with that accent. That's what I want. That's what I want.
I'll start working on that. I know there's there's Frank Caliendo's got a how to do Donald Trump thing. All right.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. Okay. What happened to the layout? Somebody fix the layout.
I got it.
Okay, you got it?
There we go.
All right, so
my
where
son
are
has
we
just
at,
found,
man?
just realized that there's a microphone here. He's like trying to reach.
What does this do?
All right, so on to Washington. So Daniel's throwing in practice. Do we think he's going to play? Like, honestly?
No.
No.
I don't
I'm
think so
not
either.
positive he plays this year. I need to be convinced.
I
of that.
agree with you on that one. We talked about this. That I mean, how many weeks has Andrew Thomas been day to day?
Yeah,
Day to
exactly.
day is scary now. When I hear day to day, I'm thinking, oh, nope, none of these guys whoever's day to day is not playing next week.
Especially what we went through last time with Daniel Jones' neck. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it at this point. He is out for the season until I'm proven wrong. That's my mindset.
He's gonna pull. I mean, he's gonna pull. Well, I kind of hope I'm wrong because historically, Daniel has owned the team in Washington because they're not the Washington football team anymore, and the Commanders is just a stupid name. And I mean, if I start calling them the R word, the one that the Native Americans want them to change it back to. Guys, have you seen these articles?
That's the best.
Have you
That's
seen
the
them?
best thing about that.
They want it back because they're like, the logo is an actual person. The logo, and I can't remember his name, and I do not want to screw it up because I mean, I don't want to be any sort of disrespectful to anybody except for Daniel Jones and Bobby Johnson, New York Giants fans. They're like every time they took the field, that logo on the helmets, they were going into battle and they were paying respects to this chief, and I'm just like, yes, give me all of this. Bring back the Redskins. They have new ownership now. Let's do it. Do it.
I don't know if you guys are fans of. Are you guys fans of Bill Burr?
Yeah,
I love Bill Burr.
Bill Burr does a great bit, not about the Redskins or Commanders, but he does a bit about how woke became co-opted by white women. And as soon as that happened, it was like someone made a mistake at a party and they like dropped it by accident. And it's like they always kind of insert themselves in these situations that they have absolutely no business talking about. And that's exactly what happened with this. It was well-intentioned white people who were like, but that's a slur. And it's just not to most Native Americans. And
nobody asked them.
And nobody asked them. And that's the epitome of silliness. And
that's the thing. It's like you hear about it because all of these people were actual people. Aunt Jemima, the likeness that they used is an actual person. Uncle Ben's, same thing. And now they're like, no, we got to change all that. They're like, wait, what are you doing? You're just like disrespecting the memory of these people.
But that would.
I have an Aunt Jemima. I have an Aunt Jemima syrup bottle in my pantry right now, which I will just refill with syrup because I can't let her go. Mrs. Butterworth, same thing. Not going to let it go.
I don't think you should. And also, I want to comment on this with all of us together. Monty, when are you going to change your name to like Spicy Monty or like Fuck the World Monty or Come At Me Dog, like whatever? Just like Monty will quote tweet you and just rip you to shreds right now based on the fact that you have
lately.
Basically you have no football knowledge, telling you don't know ball. I love it. I'm a big fan of it.
I think it's got to be some kind of variation of his name, though. It's got to be. Yeah. It's got to be. I don't know.
Monte Cristo is a fire name because of the revenge aspect. So,
that too. Yeah, I honestly thought it was probably because of the sandwich because he was an offensive lineman. That and the funny thing is we all call him Monty, but that's his last name.
Yep.
His name is Chris, and we refuse to call him Chris.
That's why it's Monte Cristo.
I love a good Monte Cristo sandwich,
right?
Man.
What's in a Monte Cristo?
It's a ham and cheese on French toast.
Is it French toast?
Yeah, ham and cheese and French toast.
Have you ever? Then you probably have had it without actually knowing it, but the really good ones are then you have to batter fry them too. It's amazing. It's basically a ham and cheese sandwich that you dip in French toast, like dip and then batter fry.
Are we just going to do a cooking show? I think that would be.
Might as well. I mean, I could pull this in the. Well, actually, no. My wife's baking a cake right now, so we can't do. We'll just pull it in the kitchen. We'll just start doing. Welcome to this edition of Big Blue Beard's Kitchen. It's like a Hell's Kitchen, and we're gonna vote one of us off.
Right. That's right.
All right. So, okay, we're all right. All right. So we're back on.
Going off the rails quick.
We're going off the rails very slowly. This is the slowest train derailment ever, and it's amazing to watch. It's like Final Destination. Anyway. All right. So we're already pretty much saying that Daniel Jones is not playing and probably shouldn't play unless Andrew Thomas is healthy. And I haven't seen the injury report this week, but it pretty much, I think that Andrew Thomas, John Michael Schmitz, those guys are not playing. Justin Pugh's probably going to be our starting left guard or left tackle, which I'm kind of okay with.
Yeah.
or Tyree Phillips, who knows?
You might
So-
start right tackle at this point with
Yeah.
Neil hurt.
Yeah, because Neil's been dealing with an ankle injury for
Yep.
four
He
and
was
a half
limited today. But
weeks. I haven't seen an injury report today.
yeah, he was
So
limited at practice.
I mean, and here we go, man. We're rolling in. So basically, this is the battle for the bottom of the NFC East. How are we feeling going into Sunday's game, guys? Because I, at this point, don't care. I really don't care. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You know, I'm seeing now, finally, I'm starting to see on Twitter the edits of Drake May in a Giants uniform, and I'm really kind of okay with it.
I
We're
got
talking
a
top
question for
5
you guys.
pick. Oh,
Question
here
me,
we go.
question me up.
Hit me.
Drake
Hit me.
Drake May's a Giant. What number do you want him in?
Well, let's see.
4. Is 4 available?
2.
Four's
Two.
not available. Two's
Why is-
available.
Who's got
Three.
4?
Four is retired.
4 is retired. It's in the intro.
Yeah, it is in the intro.
Bitch, you think I fucking paid attention to that?
I'll play it again.
Mel Ott.
Melot. Okay, can't do that.
Oh wait, no, that's New San Francisco. I was like, I don't remember.
Oh God.
All right.
What number?
Tuffy Lehman's.
I think
What?
I think we can unretire that.
Bro, I'm ready to unretire all pre-merger numbers.
Yeah, like he can do.
I mean,
I know the old
6 or
heads will come
7.
from my head, but I'm ready for it.
I mean, I would say everything, like, leave. Oh Christ, and I'm spacing on his name.
What number?
Oh, totally spacing on his name now.
Monty, what do you want?
Shit.
While Sarge is racking his brain.
All right. I got potentially a controversial one, especially with the old heads. But we have Drake May over there in the 10. What if he
Okay.
keeps 0 and is the first 0 quarterback in the NFL?
I think that would be fire.
Drake May with keeping the
Agent
0
Agent
and 10.
0.
Yeah, man. I would fuck with 0 on Drake May.
Yep.
Is
I also
45
wouldn't mind
retired?
seeing- Is what retired?
Nope.
45. No? Okay, so 45 probably should be retired, but not some of these other ones. Never mind. Because I'm thinking
16 is Frank
Emlyn.
Gifford, right?
Yep.
17
thinking-
has a little bad juju for like.
I'm
a
thinking
Brown.
Emlyn Tunnell, but they never retired his number.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
He's
mind
like the-
18 either.
All right.
He's the first black NFL Hall of Famer, and he played for the Giants.
yeah.
Why
that
aren't we?
only makes sense.
Why aren't we retiring that number? But like anybody else is pretty much free game, except for like I would say Eli, LT, Phil Simms, and maybe that's about it.
The old heads will come for me on this too, but I don't think Phil Simms should be retired. If you're not a Hall of Famer, you shouldn't have your number retired. That's how I feel.
he's-
Well,
he's-
technically, then by that means Eli should not have his number retired.
He's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer though. They could have waited, but he'll be retired first.
Well, they were, what they were trying to do is they were trying to build juice for that season, but you
Yeah.
know that was really bad. Let's not talk
like
about.
to me, that's what Ring of Honor is for. Ring of Honor is for players that are important to the organization but aren't Hall of Fame level players. To get your number retired, you got to be Hall of Fame and mean a lot to the organization.
Oh, so what you're saying is just because you're in the Ring of Honor, you shouldn't have your number retired.
Basically, and I think Phil. That's
I
a
could-
little bit of hot take, but that's what I think.
No, I could totally get
I can get
behind
with
that.
that.
I could totally get behind that.
But here, we'll go back to the question though. Go through it real quick. The quarterback numbers: 1's retired, 4's retired, 7's retired, 10's retired, 11, 14, and 16. What number? And then you could buy off Isaiah Hodgins or something if you want to. What do you got?
Yeah, I like 18 because that's like a classic quarterback number. Peyton Manning. I like 2 as well. I know Tyrod's got it, but I don't think that would matter.
Tyrod isn't under contract next year.
I
So
understand if they brought him back as a backup.
Well, they have a $40 million backup quarterback. Anyway,
that's true.
Shep will be gone.
Shep will
3.
probably be gone.
I'd love to see him in 3. 3 is my
What
final
number
answer.
does he wear right now? I don't like. I
10.
just started watching
10.
Drake May, but he's all right.
And 1 is retired, right? Who's number 1?
You said 1.
Ray Flattery.
All right, you said 1 for 10, 11. What else?
7,
7.
14, 16.
Oh, Jesus.
So pretty much all the good.
Honestly, I don't care. I really don't care.
Give him.
I could
give him
fuck with
8.
9. Take 9 from the Scottish
9 would be
Hammer.
good.
Or no, from Gano. Sorry. 6 is Scottish Hammer.
You're gonna have to pay Graham Gano a
I know.
shitload of money.
You know what? Never mind. Just I abide. He's changed his number once already. He can keep it.
Yeah, things were a little rough, right, when he went from 5 to 9. So we want to leave him where
Yeah,
he's
no,
at.
never
Let's
mind.
not
Leave
mess
Gano
with
with
that.
his number. Poor guy.
Hell no. Give
How
Gano
about
0.
12?
That'd be cool.
12?
Give your kicker number 0.
I think 0 is good. I think 0 would be
12
fun.
would be a good quarterback number if you can get Darren Waller to give it up, but he's got the 12-step program reasoning. So
Right,
Darren
and then-
Waller's not giving that up.
yeah.
13 is Hyatt. What about 14?
Retired.
Retired.
All I can
That
think of
was
is Sam
Parkinson.
Mm,
Or Tittle.
I'm good
yeah,
there.
you don't.
Not why Tittle, I meant. That's why they did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I'm all right with
I
that.
don't know. I'm on borrowed time here, guys. So
Yeah, I derailed us a little bit more than I
No.
thought I was.
No. It's not
All
that.
right.
I just because my man is getting a little fussy here. So
all
I
right.
do want to
All right,
shout
cool.
out before we get into Washington. I got to shout out Hefe, dude. The stuff that you're doing for, I don't care if I write the bit or you write it yourself. You are a genius when it comes to the multiple characters, and just gotta shout you out, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, we love our New York Revival guys. All
Sure.
equal. All right, so since Smooth is on the clock, we're gonna do this. Let's jump right into forget Washington for a minute, or not so much, but we're gonna go picks for this week. Give me just a second. All right, let's start rattling off. All right, so week 7. I got picks from Mal and Smooth and me. Monty, you didn't give me your picks for tonight's game.
Yes, I did.
Jags,
said
Saints.
Jags.
Did you?
I said
Oh,
Jags.
did you? I
Yep.
might have missed that. So anyway, we're all for the Jags tonight. I'll post that before the end of the game, so make it legit, like we didn't just pick the Jags because they're currently winning right now.
Mhm.
All right, Smooth. This is the game. All right, so these are the games coming up this week.
I can pull it up.
I got it right here too. So if you want to pull it up too, Monty. Okay.
Yep.
And
I'll put it on the screen though.
Okay. Well, I'll write these all down and I'll get them posted later. So Smooth, hit your picks, and then I know you got to bounce. And Monty and I will probably go on for another few more minutes.
So I'm just gonna rail them off from the 1 o'clocks down. So I got
Rattle them up.
Las Vegas because Chicago doesn't have Justin Fields. I got Cleveland, Buffalo, Washington, Tampa Bay, Detroit, LA, Seattle, Green Bay, Kansas City, Miami in an upset, and San Fran.
Can you can't really call Miami an upset at this point?
They're on the road. On the road in primetime.
All
I
right.
think that would be a
Monty. All right. Well, since I'm next in the stack, I'll go next.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say Vegas, Cleveland, because let's face it, the Browns defense is no joke. Buffalo. I'm going to skip the Giants for now. I'll do them last. Bucks. I'm going to go Ravens, Steelers, Cardinals, Packers, Chiefs, Dolphins, and I'm going to go Minnesota in an upset.
Ooh.
I mean, CMC is probably going to be out, man. Who knows?
You just want Minnesota to win, so our pick goes higher.
I mean, I didn't say that. You said that, but hey, I'm not complaining. Monty, you're up.
Monty.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go Raiders.
You see yourself?
Browns, Buffalo, Giants, Tampa Bay, Detroit, Los Angeles, Seattle, Green Bay, Kansas City, Miami, San Francisco.
Love it.
All right. And I also didn't say who's going to win the Giants game. Giants win. Daniel's coming back. Giants are going to win, and it's going to be the only other game they win this year.
Yeah, if Daniel plays, he's going to throw 6 touchdowns and no interceptions and run for 200 yards. And then
we're going to have
and then every Daniel Jones fan is going to
oh my god,
literally come out of the woodwork and be like, "Receipts. He's elite."
Receipt. Yeah.
All right, before I go, this is what I want to see from. I want to see more of this stuff. I want to see more Giants Twitter
schedule.
I want to see this more from Giants Twitter, not just Trump impressions, but this is one of the best prank calls in the history of time. And let's do it.
Hi, I have no legs. May I speak to the manager? Now, if I get a bill and it's something like for
It's my gift to you both.
In a row, I eat the damn roast beef and I'm
Roast
I
beef.
can't stop going to the bathroom.
I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do for you.
Ma, if my son thinks I'm crazy,
Ma, who you calling?
it's Jerry's, and don't tell me not to call
Jesus
them.
Christ, get off the fucking phone!
Don't talk to me that way.
Get off the fucking phone! What's going on?
Same thing last time.
Did she, what she's calling about, the roast beef?
Yes.
Alright, she just puked in the kitchen.
That's all right. I suggested that she doesn't eat roast beef if it doesn't agree with her.
I appreciate your suggestions, but I love roast beef.
I'm sorry.
God.
I had to. I
We
thought
are
of it because of
never,
this, because there's been a lot of
ever going to get monetized at this rate.
I love funny things. Please give me more funny people on Giants Twitter. Guys, it's not that serious. Daniel Jones sucks. We suck. We're going to have a better quarterback in the future. We all have lovely children. I know Monty and his wife are going to have wonderful children at some point in the future too. Sarge has got kids. We're all just trying to live our lives. Everyone chill the fuck out, okay? If you come at Monty, though, he will fuck you up.
I'll
come for Monty, he will fuck you up. So,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I pulled a knife on somebody on it in Pest and Rob's stream at one point. I just kind of, it happens. I don't. It just
listen.
I don't know.
You got to defend yourself.
I mean, I'm out here on these streets, so I'm outside. I'm outside. All right,
enjoy the rest of your night.
Go put your baby to bed.
Okay, bye.
We love you, brother. Bye, baby.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here too pretty soon because let's face it, the baby is a lot cuter than the rest of us, and I don't think we have anything else on the agenda. Monty, are we? What are we? So we're already thinking. I'm pretty sure you said Giants. We're already thinking that maybe Daniel comes back. Maybe Sam Howell is bad enough that Kayvon Thibodeau could sack him 4 times. I want to see Snow Angels. I need some Tibbs Snow Angels again, man. That's what I need. I need another strip sack score because it's Washington and we're fighting tooth and nail to be the worst team in our division.
Hey man, look, we're playing at home against Washington. You got to win it. I don't know if they will or they not. They won't, but this is a must-win game for them if they think there's anything they got going this season. I mean, it's
Oh
all
man,
about-
can you imagine? Can you imagine what the landscape of Giants Twitter is going to look like if we lose to Sam Howell and the
it's over.
Commanders and we're 1-7?
Yeah, it'd be a lot of
staring down the barrel of the New York Jets the following week, who just beat the Eagles. I don't know. I want to have so much fun though if it happens. I have so much fun. If Daniel comes back and looks like garbage, and we lose to the Commanders at home, then I think you have to make it a Jets home game, don't you? At that point,
Yeah.
you kind of have to make it a Jets home game.
Oh man. That'd be bad.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be absolutely amazing because you guys are gonna show up here next week after we lose to the Commanders, and I'm gonna just change everything to green, and we'll be a Jets podcast for a week. I'm about this close, everybody. I want you to know, this close to making us a New York Bills podcast. I really don't have to change the color scheme too much. I have to change the background, but everything else stays pretty much the same.
Yeah, the background, change the little helmet up top.
That's about it. It's 2 clicks of a mouse, and we're good. Then we can be happy talking about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I mean, we can just look at Josh Allen the way Brian Dable looks at Josh Allen, the way Monty talks about West Virginia wide receivers. Just that starry, faraway look that, like, oh. Can you imagine what would happen to Giants Twitter if for some reason we managed to get Josh Allen? Just some, like, I understand that it's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. But can you imagine? Just imagine. Just do it with me, everybody. Just for a second. We're gonna join me in the magical land where Sean McDermott gets really upset about how close Josh Allen was to Brian Dable last week at the game, and just think about it. Just ponder that for a second. I will give you a moment of silence. And we're back to Daniel Jones.
Did you see them? Did you see Dable and McDermott high-fiving or handshaking after the game?
Oh gosh, there is a lot. There was a lot of animosity.
Yeah,
there was lot of animosity.
That was like his slap on the shoulder was like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Almost, it felt like.
There was. I mean, we joke about it, and it was kind of like, talked about a little bit at the end, because that's all stemming from the Kansas City game.
Yeah,
that's all, that Kansas City playoff game. There was a lot of animosity. There was a lot of animosity.
He also throw Dable under the bus a good bit.
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, totally. That's what the thing is. That's when you're a defensive minded coach. What are you going to do if your team doesn't win the game? It's always on the offense, right? It's not the fact that the defense couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes. It was the offense's fault for not scoring enough points. It's comical, is what it is. All right. So, Monty, do we want to do score predictions? Is there a point?
Sure. Why not?
All right. So, score predictions. You go first, because
I'm gonna say 24-20 Giants.
24-20. That's an interesting score prediction. Okay, so I'm going to say, even though I picked the Giants to win, so I should probably pick a score where we win. I'm going to say Commanders 13, Giants 17.
There you go.
This is going to be a tough watch. Red zone is not going to cut to this game a ton. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be a defensive fight, and it's just going to be as Jr. would put it, a slobber knocker. It's going to be a defensive fight. It's going to be ugly. There's probably going to be a combined 450 sacks in this game. Yeah, 17-13 Giants.
Here it is.
All right. Okay, and with that, we're going to wrap things up for this week. I am your man Mayhem. That right there is Monty. Go check out He's a Giant. Monty, what are you guys doing punters and kickers again this week, or is this what's on tap for this week?
Long snappers this week.
Long snappers, excellent, because special teams are important.
Tight ends out tomorrow.
Ooh, tight ends. You talking about my guy Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers, you already know he's number one. I don't even have to
yeah,
that one. He's number one. It's not even close.
Oh yeah. I can't watch. I'll have to admit this. I can't watch Georgia games anymore because I just picture all of these guys now in Eagle uniforms, and it makes me a little sick. It makes me a little sick. So, we will catch up with you guys next week after hopefully a win at home against Washington. We don't know yet. We'll see. So, for Monty, for Big Smooth, I am your man and him, and we will see you. Hold on 1 second. I forgot to do this the whole show. Do not forget to like, subscribe, hit the little bell so that you know when we're going live. Follow us all on Twitter. Follow the page Big Blue Beards. We don't post a ton on the page because, let's face it, we're all really angry about everything all the time, and we're trying to keep the page to be the Big Blue Beards page at least, to be very neutral on things, except when I post stuff randomly on that page. Anyway, because I forget which account I'm logged into on Twitter. So, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping in. Later.
Next week.